We're getting somewhere now, aren't we? This is really good. So now you've seen what the design looks like, I wanted to actually take you through what it's like in XD so you can start to edit this. I've said this before, I've said this a few times, so hopefully you understand. This isn't a design course, but I really didn't want to just leave you with a custom design and no way to actually do anything with it. So what I'm going to do is open up XD and I'm going to show you some of the settings that you can start playing with and how you can customize it. I'm also going to show you a variation on the design that I've done, just with a few quick changes, just to show you how customizable it might be with 5 or 10 minutes work. All right, let's take a look. So what we're looking at here is XD. Now I have provided this design file in XD and Figma files. Now I'm only going to show you how to edit this in XD. It's the program that I use. And I've stressed this a little bit, but I do want to point out that this isn't a design course and this isn't going to turn you into an XD expert if you've never used it before. All I want to do here is show you how to do some of the basics in case you want to tweak this a little bit and do a few things to make it feel a little bit more like your own when we go through the step-by-step walkthrough. Now, a couple of things I want to point out is along the top here, you've got a few options. So you want to make sure that when you use XD, that you're in this design mode here. So you've got prototype, share, and you want to make sure you're in design mode. The other thing is on this left hand down the bottom, you've got plugins, you've also got layers. You don't want the layers turned on or the artboards. You want to have this top one, which is your library. And the reason why we want the library is because these things I've set up and they are editable. These colors and these fonts are global, so if you edit them here, they will change the rest of the document and give you a good idea of what to do. And you could take this design and tweak it and use this for client work. It's really up to you. So let's have a look at, say, customizing the colors. If we wanted to make this maybe pinks and yellows, we can right click on this color, the green, go to edit, and then find a yellow that we're going to like, something like that. If we go to the blue, do the same thing, go up into the reddy pink colors, something like that. Now this isn't going to be a work of art. I'm just really trying to show you how to do these techniques, just so you can see that this is being edited through the document. So you can see all the places where this is being updated. So you won't ever have to go to various parts and change it. Now with the type styles, it doesn't actually allow you to create a type style and then apply different colors to it until you create an actual character style for that each color. And that's why I've got stuff set up like H1 in white, H2 in blue, H3 in gray, sorry. All of these ones are different versions of themselves. So if I click H3 in blue and then H3 in gray, you can see that they're the same font, but they're just changing the colors. Now this is just design dependent. So these are the actual colors and stuff that I've used in the design. You can add more if you want. If you wanted to create a different style, you could actually create one, give it its own color, change the size a little bit, and then you can add it here to the style and it will give you your own new style. Now I'll undo that because we don't want that. Now what if we wanted to actually change some of this stuff? Well, let's have a look at this. I'm going to make this the large white, and I'll show you that this is being used in a couple of other places. So that's what we're using here for the H1, this here, and we're using it here. Now if I right click on this and I go edit, you can see that I can select a totally different font and it's changing this throughout the document, which is perfect. Now the last thing I want to do, I'm going to undo that. Perfect. Now the last thing I want to show you is how you can actually update images, and also why I've created this here on the side. Now these are here because this is the standard size image that I'm using for the gallery, and these are some of the things where you might want to replace images. Now, the cool thing with XD is changing images really is the same as dragging a new one into it. So you can do this and you can see they're updating all of the stuff in the actual mask there. Same with this one, even though it's got a color fill applied, if you drag an image into that, a new image, it's just going to give you a new actual whole design that you can export. The other thing with XD is when you've made these changes, you might want to export some of these assets. Now you can do them individually by clicking them and going File, Export, Selected. Or if all your elements are grouped, so we group these two, we group these two, this is treated as one asset now. But the other thing that you can do is if you select multiple things and go File, Export, Selected, it will actually export all of these things at the same time. So if you wanted to change, for example, all the images in this gallery, you can then select them and go File, Export, and save all of those images there. So there you go. That's a bit of a quick run through on how you can customize this design. Now, I just wanted to show you a little example of one that I spent 5 minutes on, just to change the colors and change the position of a few things. And you can see that actually looks quite nice. Now, you can do whatever you want, but like I said, if we go back to this one, it would be important to consider keeping some of this stuff, like these grids and like the blogs and these super boxes, just so we're doing the same thing through the walkthrough. So what did you think? How did you find the design? If you've never used XD before, I'm sure that's not enough stuff to teach you how to be an expert, but hopefully that's enough to get you started and at least give you some encouragement to start playing around with XD. It really is a great tool, and I hope you can sort of take that design and do something custom with it. That would be fantastic. Now, this is the end of this lesson, and the last lesson is coming up for this module, and that's just a really quick one where we walk through what assets we've got already made for this course. So, you know what to do? Click complete lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.